Okay, and welcome back to the U.S. Women's Open as we prepare for the second semifinal with the VIP area behind me. You'll see a lot of these wonderful fans here who are enjoying the action from the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. Our second semifinal now is up, and Liz Johnson, 33 years old, best known for playing against the men and beating most of them, finishing second in a PBA Tour men's event in 2005. What the hallmark is for this woman is she has no fear, calm, cool, and collected.
I have my PBA membership since last year. When we were first allowed to compete against the guys, it's not something that came to my mind that I was going to do. The men are definitely a lot stronger. They can overpower. Women are a lot more accurate. I like the competition either way.
Today she makes history as the first woman to compete in a PBA TV finals.
To have the crowd behind you the way I did just gave me shivers, and it was an amazing week for me.
This is history, Randy. What a start. The first ever ball thrown by a woman.
And Liz Johnson will be facing Lynda Barnes, 40 years old, mother of two, the wife of PBA superstar Chris Barnes. Family is by far the most important thing to Lynda.
One of the best things she taught me was that it was okay to win. I was always, as a woman, you kind of grow up thinking, I can't be arrogant, and I got to be nice, and I got to be friendly, and that's why I was always so much better at the team sports, because it was okay for me to be arrogant if I had 7 or 8 people around me. I finally realized, it's okay to win. I work hard, and I do the things I need to do to get it done, and it's okay for me to go, I felt good today.
Hey, Troy, watch Daddy.
Everything's changed. I'm never the same as the children. My hips are a little wider. My swing might bounce out a little bit more. But I think the biggest thing is just being relaxed, because bowling is just fun. And my life is, the kids come first, and they're the most important thing. So to be able to go out and bowl and know that my kids are at home, and that when I get home they're going to hug me and love me whether I win or lose, it just lightens the atmosphere of bowling.
The second semifinal match coming up, Lynda Barnes. That's how she prepares for her match. A little kiss from her World Championship husband, and Liz Johnson coming up. Hey, Marshall, Liz Johnson averaged 220 as she got through the qualifying, the lowest among all the players. Lynda Barnes averaged 247. What do you think they're thinking about going to this match?
Well, I know that they were very interested spectators watching the previous match, watching the lanes transition. It's so much about getting that right ball in your hand and getting off to a good start. Liz Johnson, lane 25.
And Deandra, we looked at the scoring before we went on the telecast, and we said if the lanes get a little tough, and it looked like they were in the first match, that actually Johnson had a slight advantage because she goes hard and straight. What's your opinion?
You know what? I just don't think that he's better playing this pattern in the world. So it's going to be hard to beat her.
All right. We'll see what Barnes does. She's a tough competitor.
Well, she just loved it. Came off her hand very clean, went through the heads just beautifully, but the 6-pin went right around the bottom of the 10.
Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
Well,
threw it well.
I've got to think that if you get it off your hand properly, that helps to get you in the flow of the match. So the ball didn't strike. Sometimes great shots don't strike. Once again, like all of our ladies, she'll be going with a harder plastic ball straight at the 10-pin.
Let's take a look at what Lynda Barnes carries to the bowling center for her tournament.
My game plan for today is to start with this ball here. It's my Spitfire. It's a good medium ball with good back-end reaction. If I need a little more length with back-end reaction, I'm going to go to my Thunderstruck. If I need something to even it out a little bit, I'm going to go to my Special Agent. And for a great new ball, I have my Attitude Shift, which is, with this drilling, the lengthiest with the most continuation. And hopefully this ball I won't get to use it all, but that's my spare ball.
All right, second frame.
Oh, the only thing I can think after that shot is, Chris, who?
Well, Deandra, the first couple of shots, I don't care if you bowled on the tour as long as Marshall Holman or any of these ladies, it's still tough under the lights. It's a different scenario in here. You have a big crowd in here, and it's nice and quiet. Let's see what Liz Johnson can get out to an early lead. If she strikes here, she'll have a 10-pin lead. Second frame.
You can see she doesn't want to overthrow the ball. Great shot from Johnson. Really just the consummate control player, and this pattern really does suit her well.
Liz Johnson has a lot of great speed control, but she needs different bowling balls also.
Today I'm going to start out, my benchmark ball would be my agent. If I want something to go a little bit longer in my shift, it's a little bit more length and a little archier back end. And if I need something to still go long but continue, our new shift attitude will be the one to go to. And then I have my storm spare ball.
And she leaves the weak 7 pin. The 5 pin just didn't quite drive over there.
Deandra, we've seen today, and maybe it's the pressure of the U.S. Open, but we haven't seen the pins quite carry. I don't say it's a luck quotient, but I think it's a matter of being relaxed, and the pressure makes it a little tougher.
It's for a national huge title, so it takes some time to settle in, make those good shots.
And the pins understand. They know what you're feeling.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, they don't care. The pins don't care who you are, but they can tell if the ball's rolling down their right.
That is correct, Marshall. Okay, Lynda Barnes up, third frame, trails by 9, could take the lead with a strike.
Left a solid 10 last time on lane 26. Really wants to just repeat that same shot. He gets it into an early roll, but did not come back up the pocket. You could hear Barnes saying that was a terrible shot. Now she leaves herself with a real tough lead. The 2 pin, the 4 pin, and the 8.
Deandra, it's tough to tell if she just lost it off her hand or the lane's a little slicker.
Yeah, it just seems like it just didn't have enough pop in the back end. It just didn't get there.
Only she knows if it was the kind of release that she wanted.
Well, it didn't seem like it from her reaction.
Correct myself, that's the 2, the 5, and the 8.
That's a tough spare to shoot. I don't know if I'd want to shoot that right now.
Now they often say that children emulate their parents, but the Barnes children take it a little bit farther. Here is Ryan tell me he doesn't look like his father's form. And what about Troy? Think he has been watching his mom a little too much? And watch this, Marshall.
It's priceless.
Watch the end here.
Yes. Well, no problem for Mom on lane 25 as she strikes.
Much better shot.
Family affair here.
Well, those high fives got to hurt. Johnson working on a spare. 9 pins ahead.
Wow, that was in, and it held.
You can hear her say, push, push, push. When she's saying that, what is she talking about?
She just wants that ball to lay off. She doesn't want it to continue to hook into the pocket, and it did.
Listen
just
to her.
like she said.
Live bowling continues on ESPN Sunday, October 28th from Miller Park with the 2007 USBC Masters, where the top PBA players compete for the title. The 2007 USBC Masters on ESPN Sunday, October 28th at 1 p.m. Eastern. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.
That's the same shit she had last time on lane 25, but this time the 7-pin responds. She gets a double and increases her lead.
Well, it's just about mandatory for Lynda Barnes to get something going in the right-hand lane. She's been perfect on the left. It needs to cut into that 19-pin lead of Liz Johnson. 5th frame, big shot.
She really trusted that ball.
It seems like the right-hand lane there is hanging a little bit, don't you feel?
Well, in the first match, the women were coming in a little bit high in the right-hand lane. Now, as the lanes have transitioned, they're coming in lighter. You watch this ball; it's just it's laboring. It should be breaking now, and it's just coming in just that little bit late. She makes her spare, but You know, you were talking about when the lanes get a little bit tricky, how Liz Johnson has a really a noted advantage because she keeps the ball so direct that it almost doesn't matter what the lanes are like. She's going to be hitting the pocket.
We used to have a saying on the PBA Tour, and I guess it's still out there, as straight as great. And if you look at the championship round action over a period of 20 or 30 years, as you have seen it, basically you find out that the player who goes the straightest on television does win the most often.
When we come back, Christine will visit with 8-time PBA champion Chris Barnes.